Good morning, Year 3. Miss Joinson here. I hope you have all had a lovely weekend. And now we're back to Monday, back to another week of super learning at home. So, today we're going to be reading chapter 8 of Gangsta Granny called A Small Wig in a Jar. Ben hid in the bushes outside Granny's bungalow. Whilst Mum and Dad were downstairs in the living room watching Strictly Stars Dancing on the TV, Ben had scaled down the drain pipe outside his bedroom window and cycled the 5 miles to Granny's. This alone was a sign of how curious Ben had become about his granny. He didn't like cycling. His parents were always encouraging him to get more exercise. They told him that being fit was absolutely necessary if you wanted to be a professional dancer. But since it didn't make much difference when you were lying under a sink screwing in a new length of copper piping, Ben had never willingly taken any exercise until now. If Granny was really going out for the first time in 20 years, Ben had to know where. It might just hold the key to know how she came to have a ton of diamonds in her biscuit tin. So he huffed and puffed along the canal towpath on his clunky old bike until he came to Grey Close. The only good thing was that, being November, instead of being drenched in sweat, Ben was only mildly moist. He had pedalled fast because he knew he didn't have that much time. Strictly Stars Dancing seemed to go on for hours, days even, but it had taken Ben half an hour to cycle over to Granny's, and as soon as the show was over, Mum would be calling him downstairs for his tea. Ben's parents loved all the dancing TV shows. Dancing on Ice Skates, So You Think You Might Be Able to Dance a Bit, but they were completely obsessed with Strictly Stars Dancing. They had recorded every single episode and had an unrivaled collection of Strictly memorabilia in the house, including a lime green thong once worn by Flavio Flavioli, framed with a photograph of him wearing it, a Strictly Stars Dancing real fake leather bookmark, some athlete's foot powder signed by Flavio's professional dance partner, the Austrian beauty Eva Buns, his and hers official Strictly Stars Dancing leg warmers, a CD of songs nearly used on the show, a small wig in a jar that had been worn by the presenter, Sir Dick Doddery, a life-size cardboard cutout of Flavio Flavioli that had some of Mum's lipstick smudged around the mouth, some earwax in a jar that belonged to a celebrity contestant, the politician Dame Rachel Prejudice MP, a pair of tan tights that smelled of Eva Buns, a doodle on a napkin of a man's bottom drawn by the nasty judge Craig Malteser Woodward, a set of official Strictly Stars Dancing egg cups, a half-full tub of Rax Jex used by Flavio Flavioli, a Craig Malteser Woodward posable action figure, a Hawaiian hot pizza crust that had been left by Flavio, complete with a signed letter of authenticity from Eva Buns. It was a Saturday, so after the show had finished, the family were going to be having cheesy beans and sausage. Neither Mum nor Dad could cook, but of all the ready-made meals Ben's mum took out of the freezer, pricked with a fork and placed in the microwave for 3 minutes, this was his favourite. Ben was hungry and didn't want to miss it, which meant he needed to get back from Granny's house quickly. If it had been a Monday night, say, and they were having chicken tikka lasagna, or a Wednesday and doner kebab pizza, or a Sunday and Yorkshire pudding chow mein was on the menu, Ben wouldn't have been so bothered. Night was falling. As it was late November, it was rapidly growing colder and darker, and Ben was shivering in the bushes as he spied on his granny. Where can she be going? Thought Ben. She hardly ever goes out. The supermarket chain where Ben's dad worked liked to bring the cuisine of 2 countries together in one easily microwavable pack. By combining dishes from different countries, perhaps they would be able to bring peace to a deeply divided world, or maybe not. He saw a shadow move in her bungalow, then her face appeared at the window, and Ben quickly shot out of view. The bushes rustled. Shh! Thought Ben. Had the old lady seen him? After a few moments, the front door opened slowly, and out stepped a figure dressed entirely in black. A black jumper, black leggings, black gloves, black socks, probably even a black bra and knickers. A black balaclava disguised the face, but from the stoop Ben knew it was Granny. She looked like someone from one of the covers of the books she loved reading. She straddled her mobility scooter and revved the engine. Where on earth was she going? And more importantly, why was she dressed like a ninja? Ben propped his bike against the bushes and got ready to tail his own grandmother, which was one thing he had never in a million years dreamed of doing. Like a spider scuttling around a bathroom trying not to be seen, Granny steered her scooter close to the walls. Ben followed on foot as quietly as possible. It wasn't too difficult to keep up, as the top speed of the mobility scooter was 4 miles per hour. Whirring across the road, she suddenly looked back as if she heard something, and Ben dived behind a tree. He waited, holding his breath. Nothing. After a few moments, he poked his head around the trunk and saw that Granny had reached the end of the road. He continued his chase. Soon they were near the town's high street. It was all but deserted. As it was early evening, all the shops had shut for the day and the pubs and restaurants had yet to open for the night. Granny stayed out of the glow of the streetlights, swerved into doorways as she neared her destination. Ben gasped when he saw where she had parked. The jeweller's shop. Necklaces and rings and watches sparkled in the window. Ben couldn't believe his eyes as Granny took out a tin of cabbage soup from the scooter's basket. She glanced around theatrically, then pulled back her arm in readiness to smash the tin through the jeweller's shop window. No! Shouted Ben. Granny dropped the tin. It crashed to the ground, and cabbage soup oozed onto the pavement. Ben, hissed Granny, what are you doing here? Okay then, so that is the end of chapter 8. So, found a lot out about Granny in that chapter, haven't we? Okay then, so your task today then is you are going to be writing a persuasive advert, okay? So, imagine that all of Ben's mum's Strictly Stars dancing memorabilia is being sold on eBay, okay? So, if we just flick back in the book, and I will show you what I mean about all of those, okay? So, all of these here, and then we go over to this page, all of those, and these here, okay? So, that's all of Ben's mum's Strictly Stars dancing memorabilia, okay? Today, you need to persuade the audience to pay the highest price possible for one of the items using as many persuasive techniques as you can. So I know when we wrote our persuasive letters about plastic pollution, how incredible they were. So today, instead of writing a letter, you're going to write an advert, okay, that would be seen on eBay. So, advertisements then. So they are a special type of persuasive writing, and their purpose is to sell a product or a service. So today you're going to be trying to sell the memorabilia that Ben's mum has got. They do this by aiming at a particular type of customer. So the customer that you are aiming at is somebody that enjoys watching the dancing show. They use carefully chosen positive language, and they appeal to some aspects of the reader's personality. Okay, so definitely we'll be appealing to people who watch the dancing show. Okay then, so here are the items that I have narrowed down for you to choose from. So not all of the items in the book I have listed. Okay, so only some of the items. So you can have a read through those yourself, and it will be sent out to you on an email as well. Okay, and then your steps to success. So you can include a mix of facts and persuasive comments. You can include exaggerated language full of adjectives and adverbs to paint an appealing picture because you want people to buy this item. You can include rhetorical questions, so remember what they mean. You can include memorable images and slogans, so try and draw a picture of your item that you're selling. And you can include imperatives, so they're the bossy verbs. So let's have a look at what a good one looks like then. Okay, so I have chosen the green thong that was once worn by Flavio Flavioli. Okay, so I've put it here as item 1 because I want people to start bidding on this item. Okay, that's what eBay is as well. You can start bidding on the different things that you can buy off there. Okay, so a lime green thong once worn by Flavio Flavioli, framed with a photograph of him wearing it. I've just got a little picture of the green thong there. So, this next item is certainly a one-off. It has experienced sweat, tears, and the ultimate glory of the 2010 Strictly Stars dancing final. Yes, this is the original undergarment worn by the talented dancing superstar himself, Flavio Flavioli. Can you believe that we have managed to get our hands on this? Not only can you bid for this fantastic piece of fashion and sporting history, but you can also be the lucky owner of a signed picture of Flavio in these very pants. It's no word of a lie, people. You, yes, you, could be the very lucky owner of these wonderful items. Let's start the bidding now. Okay, so as you can see in there, we have definitely got a rhetorical question. That was not a very good line. Let's do that again. There we go. Rhetorical question in there. Okay. You are talking to the people individually, so you've got your personal pronouns in there. You. Okay. You're talking to them and going, you. Yes, you. Okay, could be the very lucky owner of these wonderful items. So we've got lots of adjectives in there. Lucky owner. Okay. Fantastic piece of fashion sporting history. Got a lucky owner there, it's got repetition. And you've also got a signed picture of Flavio, so not just a picture of him wearing them, but with his autograph as well. It's certainly a one-off, so making people think, oh yeah, this is really good. It has experienced sweat, tears, and the ultimate glory of the 2010 Stars Dancing. So you've got to tell me where your item has come from. Okay. Originals are using capital letters to make a point. We've got the talented dancing superstar himself, and then you've got the person who's worn it. Okay then, so good luck, and I'm really looking forward to reading all of your persuasive adverts for any one of those items. Okay, so you've got what a good one looks like. So you haven't got to write a lot, but what you do have to write, it's got to be full of the right things. So make sure you are looking at the steps of success to help you. Okay, any questions or any help or support that you need, please email myself or Mr. Grocott, and we will be more than happy to help you however we can. Okay, have a fantastic day. Speak to you all tomorrow. Bye.